Hi, and welcome back to the Ninox programming training series. In our last video, we got started by looking at where we could place our code, different code levels within our application. In this class, we're going to begin writing some code. And in the spirit of best practices, the way we begin writing code after we've decided where we're going to put it is by declaring our variables. Now, I'm going to write a very simple piece of code, but it's one that you'll use often in the creation and design of your database applications. I'll go into our products table, I'm going to edit the table, and I'm going to add another numeric field, another object, and this is going to be my price field. And I'm going to go ahead and define that or format that in US currency format. Now what I want to do is I want to control when this field is visible. Sometimes it will appear on screen, sometimes it will not appear on screen. And the key is there a product number? If the product number field is blank, I do not want the user to be able to enter a price. A product must have an item number before it can have a price. So we have to have a control that says when this is blank, this is invisible. That control is going to be a small snippet of code that's going to be at the field level here in the price field. We'll go into the price field, click on the wrench to go into edit mode, and if it isn't already presented, go into more options. You'll see this field here, display field only if. And this is where we can control whether or not a field is displayed, visible, or is invisible. I'll click to go into that field. Now the code is going to be very simple. If this field, the product number, is blank, then this field, the price field, should be invisible. Remember in our previous class we talked about code levels. Here we're in the products table, in the price field, in the display field only if section. But since we're here in the price field, we know that this is field level code. And field level code in this instance applies only to this field, only to this object. Now, best practices says that when you're going to refer to a specific piece of data or content in a field, in a record, it's best to first store it as a variable and then refer to the variable throughout your code. So I'm going to create a variable, and I always start my variables with a small lowercase x, and the variable is going to be prod number. Now, the assignment function in Ninox is crucial, and it looks like this: a colon and an equal sign. We call this collectively the stack equals, or the assignment function. And to the right, we're going to indicate what this variable contains. What does it equal? And it's going to equal this, the product number. So we have now assigned a variable, but I have this error, field not found. Remember, this is a variable. This is not a field or an object in my table. So I need to declare this variable, not only in terms of what it contains, but in terms of the fact that it's a variable. So I'm going to need the let function before the actual name of the variable. This code schema, the word let in all lowercase, followed by a unique variable name, followed by the stack equal sign, allows us to assign a value to a variable. In this case, we're assigning the product number field, or the value in that field, as the value for this variable. Note we did not definitively or specifically declare a variable type. Now that we have our variable, let's go back to the point of this code snippet, and that is to determine whether or not the price field should be visible or invisible. To do that, we need to test the condition of the variable prod number. I'll do that using the if structure. If, and it's important to use all lowercase, the variable prod number is equal to blank, then, and I'm going to put in the keyword false. If it's not false or else, I'll put in the keyword true, and then I will end my if-then structure. Now I want you to pay particular attention to the difference between the assignment function and the test for equality function. The stack equal function says that this variable will now be equal to the value in this field. The equal sign is a test to determine if what's on the left side of the equal sign is identical to what is on the right side of the equal sign. You'll see then the keyword then. And you'll note throughout this code block, my keywords are first, always all lowercase, and second, highlighted in this purple color. And that's automatically taken care of by Ninox. If this condition is true, then no, false. I do not want to display this field. If, however, this condition is false, then I go to the false value, which is true. So, if the product number is blank, then I do not want to display the price field. If it's not blank, that means that the user has entered something into the product number, so it's true. I do want to display the price field. And then I end my structure. This creation of variables and then the assignment of a value to the variable allows us to refer to this variable inside the remainder of the code. And in this case, the remainder of the code is an if-then structure that allows us to test the environmental conditions, specifically the condition of this field. Let's go ahead and see this in action. We can already see the price field has gone away. If, however, I enter a product number, my price field appears because this field is no longer blank. The environmental condition, that if-then test, has come back to say this is not blank, it's not null, so I do want to display this field, and now I can enter the price of the item, which, because I formatted this field in US currency, will display with the US dollar sign, the decimal point, and the 2 digits to the right of the decimal point. Best practice, when you are going to write code and you're going to refer to other fields in the table within that code, it's best to store the value of that field or the field you're going to reference in a variable. We declare or create variables with the let statement. We assign values with the stack equals sign. And we test the conditions or the equality of two different values using the equal sign. I'll see you in the next class. Visit us at www.nioxis.com. Here you can learn about different Ninox solutions. You can get tech support through our Ninox help desk, which is available 7 days a week, or you can schedule private one-on-one concierge sessions for training, or we can help you build your application. And if you haven't done so already, sign up for our free Ninox Learning Lab. We do this every Thursday at 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. in the UK, 6 p.m. Central European Time. These free hour-long sessions enable you to learn more about Ninox, features, functions, and solutions. We have open Q&A where you can get answers to all your Ninox questions, and you can meet other members of the global Ninox community. We look forward to seeing you there.